looks like it's quite busy.
Mongoose probably, there's a group that lives around here.
Is there a group that lives around here? Yeah, you can see it's quite busy. You wouldn't be able to reach out with your camera.
It's a little bit of the texture really, it's a little tricky, but you can just see the
little bit there, it's very
footprints there.
Okay, but you can, yeah, it's true. It's difficult to see with this kind of substrate. But what we've noticed here is we could see where a group of banded mongoose seem to have moved through the area and probably foraging, doing what they do best. But if we see any more interesting tracks, we'll have a look and see what we can pick up as well. Egyptian. I think the viewer should actually see the arms of this crew. You'll see that most of them have power steering over here, not over here. Just having a look at this butterfly sitting down here. Can't really get a good view of it. There we go. Nice shot, Peter. I'm not going to pretend to know what butterfly this is. You'll find there's a lot of... there it goes again. There's a lot of butterflies that that mimic others. One in particular, your African monarch. It's a beautiful orange butterfly, and it feeds on a particular plant, milkweed-like plants. And this, what they feed on, basically you could say makes them poisonous. Not that I can imagine anyone would want to eat a butterfly, not that I've seen here, but they mimic the butterfly. Creatures know if they eat the monarch that they're not going to feel too good afterwards. And you'll find a lot of butterflies will mimic the monarch with the orange colouring and white tips in the wings, a little bit of black in between, as you can see with this one. And that's to just deter predators as best as they can. Could be that this butterfly might be resting down. You could see it's heading towards sunset, and it could be heading down to rest for the evening.
It's having to sit upside down for some reason.
Maybe he decided something different for tonight. They probably like variety too. Great. This is one of our favourites. I found that myself and a lot of the game raiders I work with particularly love this tree. And I'll tell you now why. Have you got this tree up here that's just for me? Silver Custody?
Yeah, it's pull up sort of by your door.
What's that? Now a little bush that doesn't get a lot of attention, but we particularly like to get attention. Oh, you are? Have you chewed on one of these, Peter?
I haven't actually chewed on one of those, no.
You haven't?
No, I don't think I have.
I'm going to give you one. Let's see if Peter's daring enough to try and eat. Give it a try. And if he doesn't believe me, I'll chew
Chew the whole thing.
Chew the whole thing. Now, I'm first going to make sure Peter gets it in the mouth. And
Get what?
Gets the leaf in the mouth. And I'll tell you why. Now, this is a leaf of your silver cluster leaf. This small little bush here right next to me. And you see it does get larger. They get to tree shape, tree size bushes. But let me just see, how's your mouth feeling, Peter?
Pretty dry.
Pretty dry, yes. You'll actually find, what's interesting is a lot of your local tribes where these trees have grown, they used to use this to treat symptoms of toothache, mouth opening. When you left us, we were focusing on this dung beetle here. He's still trying his best to get that ball up, and this is I'd say his 4th or 5th attempt. He won't give up. We found him as we came around the corner, and since then, should we now say 6 times, he's trying to get that dung ball home. You can obviously see they're incredibly strong little guys. Anyone ever asked the question, why is he pushing a big ball of animal dung around? And that is an interesting question, because it's not often you see something like that, somebody pushing a great ball of dung around. But he uses this dung, for those who didn't hear me say earlier on, he uses this dung to, you know, some species will use it differently, but most commonly the young ones would grow up in this ball of dung. It's probably the worst nursery a child could have, but they seem quite happy. They are little grubs that will little dung beetles that will eventually, when they reach the right age and size, they'll eat their way out of that dung ball and start off as little dung beetles to eventually push their own ball of dung around one day. Let's see if he goes for his 7th attempt. Going, almost. He might have got it right this time. No, still not. I'm sure if we come back tomorrow morning, he'll probably still be here.
Disappear behind the car.
No, he might just. I'd say there's a whole load of dung there. He should probably just start over again, closer to the side of the road. It's all about architecture, right? Folks, when we lost signal, we were talking about the silver cluster leaf, which I made Peter taste. His mouth has recovered. He's talking just fine now. And we've had some viewers actually just asking a bit more about what the silver cluster leaf is used for. Like I said, a lot of your local tribes, your silver cluster leaf would grow in a very large part of the northern part of South Africa, and different tribes would cover that area. So it would be more than one tribe. Shangaan in the north, you'll find to further south, Xhosa in southern areas as well. And what they do is they use these leaves to relieve the symptoms of toothache and mouth ulcers. Anytime the mouth would be sore, they're using it to relieve the symptoms. If they chew in a lot of these leaves, it would numb the mouth. And like I said, it has other uses as well. If you need to keep someone quiet, it dries their mouth up a bit. Not that we wanted to do that to Peter. It has other uses as well. Look, different, I'm sure you've heard that, different medicinal uses for different plants. For the silver cluster leaf, I know that a treatment from the root would obviously treat diarrhea. I don't know how anyone would dig for the root if they had diarrhea. They'd probably need friends to help them, but the root does treat diarrhea. As for that, the leaves, I believe, treat backache, but I'm not going to go into detail on that. I'll do some homework first before I give you any false information. We're going to leave this dung beetle in peace, and we'll see what else we can get on the road ahead.